Okay, in our previous lesson, we learned about forms, input types, and we did one button. Okay, so now we are going to learn a bit more, okay, especially on the properties that we can use in the input tag. Okay, but before that, what I want to show you is, let's look at this particular form. It looks very plain and not nice. Okay, so what you can do is you can insert a nice box for the form. So what you can do is put field set. Okay, and then at the end, after your ending form tag, you can put your closing field set tag. Okay, so save this and then refresh, and this is what you'll get. Okay, you will have a nice box over here, so it looks much more neater and organized. Okay, if you feel that it is still not enough, you can put legend. Okay, what is legend for? Okay, let me write the text first. Okay, legend is like a summary for the content of the box. So maybe this one is a order form example. Okay, customer lah, right? Customer order form. Save this and refresh. So basically, field set is to have a box, but to give a description for the content of the box, you can put legend. Okay, and what does legend do? It will give you a summary or some information about the content of the box over here between the lines. Alright, it looks better a bit. Now next what we want to do is we want to add in a few properties. Okay, so in our previous lesson we learned about name, size, max length, placeholder. So I want to add one more. First thing is autofocus. Okay, this is one simple property that you can use. Save this. Okay, and then let's see the output. Look at the output carefully. Refresh this. Okay, can you see that automatically the cursor appears here wherever I put the autofocus? Okay, if I put my autofocus over here, that means the cursor will be going here straight away. So basically it helps whereby the user don't have to click on it and then start typing. They can straight away start typing because the cursor is already there. That is autofocus. Another one is required. This is another property. Alright, so save this and then let's see what happens. Okay, so let's say I did not click, I did not key in anything here. Straight away, immediately I click on the button, there will be an error message. Please fill out this field. Okay, so this is just like an error message telling the user you have made a mistake, please correct it. Okay, so whenever you want the user to fill up certain text boxes, you can put required. Okay, and let's look at the product code. Okay, let's look at the product code. Some companies, if they for their own products, they have certain patterns to follow. Alright, so if you want to put in some patterns, what you can put is you can do something like this, pattern, and you can set the arrangement of the pattern you want. This is from regular expression. If you want to learn more, go to Google and search for regular expression. From there you will learn for telephone numbers, okay, what is the regular expression that I can use. For let's say zip codes or postcodes, what kind of pattern that I can use. So for this one, what I'm going to do is I want to have product codes which has 3 capital letters in front followed by 3 numberings at the back. That is the pattern that I'm going to follow. 3 3, the first 3 is letters, the last 3 will be numbers. So what I can do is I can put capital A to Z. I want 3 of this, and I want numbers from 0 to 9, and I also require 3 of this. This is one simple regular expression that you can use. Okay, so save this, and then I'm going to refresh this. So let's put in a name, let's say Jones. Let's say I did not follow the pattern. I put 1 2 3 4 5 6. This doesn't follow the pattern that I have actually provided. So let's see what happens. Send now. Can you see there's an error message? So you have to follow the pattern that is provided. So let's say I put A, B, C and 1 2 3 and send now. Everything will be okay. Alright, so that is how you use pattern. But then again, let me remind you, you have to go and learn how regular expression works, because that is how you actually write the patterns. Alright, okay, next will be I'm going to add one more. Let's say quantity. Alright, I'm the customer. I want to buy some products, and I want to buy a few quantities of it. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just copy this. Okay, put it down, and here I'm going to change it to quantity, and it's going to be different a bit this time. I'm going to change all this. Okay, change all this. Okay, now the type that I'm going to use now is, because it is quantity is numbers. Okay, it's 1 2 3 4. Alright, so the type that I'm going to use is actually number. Okay, so I can do number and then give it a name, quantity. I'm going to use short form. Okay, and that's a minimum number and a maximum number. Alright, so I'm going to put a minimum number that a person can order, maybe is 2. Okay, the maximum that a person can order is maybe, let's say 90. Alright, so let's see what happens. Okay, refresh. If you put your cursor here, okay, do you notice something? There's an arrow going up, there's an arrow coming down. So if you go up, you can see the numbers going up, and the weird part is it is starting from 2. Why 2? Because I put here a minimum value of 2, and it can go up to a maximum of 90. Alright, so let's say a person must order like 2 4, you can't have like 2 3 4 5 6. I want it to be like 2 4 6 8. Okay, so what I can do is I'm going to put it down so that you can see everything clearly. You can put step. Okay, so here I'm going to put step 2. That means every time it jumps by 2. Okay, let's see the output. Okay, alright, let's see. So now we start from 2, it'll jump to 4, 6 and so on until the end. Alright, so that is when you use number. Okay, maybe I want to add one more. Okay, so I'm going to copy this, paste it here. Okay, maybe I want to put delivery date. So when I want the date, I want the product to be delivered. Alright, so what I can do is, let me clear everything for you. Okay, this time the type can be date. Okay, give it a name. Make sure every input tag, every element should have a name, and make sure it's not the same, it's unique. So let's say delivery date. Alright, so let's see what happens over here when you use date. Alright, save it and let's refresh. Okay, there's something interesting going on here. If I click on the arrow, can you see a drop down calendar? Okay, so whenever you use date, you get to see a drop down calendar, and when you choose one of it, the date will be automatically there. Okay, it looks easy, right? Nicer. You don't have to type. Okay, you don't have to key in. But there's a disadvantage to this. It only works using Chrome and Mozilla. Okay, it doesn't work in IE. So if you want to see the effect, it should be shown, or it should be loaded using Chrome. Alright. Okay, the last one here is the buttons. Okay, in our earlier lesson, I showed you how to create button using the type button. Okay, now I'm showing you the other two types of button which is available, which is submit and reset. Give both of them a name and then give it a value. Alright, so if you did not put the value, that means you can't see the words on the buttons. Okay, now so in this particular lesson, we learned about autofocus, required, pattern, the number type, and the date type. Okay, and submit button, and also reset button. Okay, what does reset button do? If you have keyed in something and you are not happy about it, okay, you can clear. That means all the content will be discarded. Okay, that is what happens if you use type reset.